medication, 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 missionary, 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 motivation, 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 nomination, 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 obligation, 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 occupation, 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 opposition, 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 optimistic, 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 personal, personally, 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 physically, 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 politician, 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 population, 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 presidency, 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 previously, 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 prosecutor, 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 reasonable, 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 regulation, 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 relatively, 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 reputation, 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 resolution, 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 revelation, 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 revolution, 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 scientific, 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 separation, 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 stereotype, stereotype, supervisor, 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 television, 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 ultimately, 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 underlying, 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 unexpected, 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 vulnerable, 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 acquisition, 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 advertising, 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 agriculture, 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 application, 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 calculation, 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 celebration, 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 citizenship, 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 combination, 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 comfortable, 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 competition, 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 complicated, 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 composition, 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 controversy, controversy, corporation, 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 correlation, 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 demographic, 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 desperately, 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 destination, 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 devastating, 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 differently, 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 electronics, 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 engineering, 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 expectation, 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 explanation, 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 exploration, 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 fascinating, 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 fortunately, 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 fundamental, 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 immigration, 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 implication, 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 independent, 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 influential, 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 information, 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 inspiration, 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 institution, 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 integration, 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 interaction, 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 interesting, 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 legislation, 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 legislative, 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 legislator, 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 mathematics, 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 observation, 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 practically, 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 preparation, 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 prosecution, 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 publication, 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 recognition, 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 reservation, 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 residential, 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 speculation, 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 supermarket, 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 temperature, 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 architecture, 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 carbohydrate, 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 carbohydrate,
championship,
championship, championship, championship, championship,
characterize,
characterize, characterize, characterize,
compensation,
compensation, compensation, compensation,
consequently,
consequently, consequently,
conservation,
conservation, conservation, conservation, conservation, conservation,
constitution,
constitution,
contribution,
contribution, contribution, contribution,
conversation,
conversation, conversation, conversation,
disappointed,
disappointed, disappointed, disappointed,
distribution,
distribution, distribution, distribution,
entrepreneur,
entrepreneur, entrepreneur, independence, 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 installation, 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 intervention, 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 introduction, 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 jurisdiction, 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 nevertheless, 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 overwhelming, 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 presentation, 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 presidential, 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 satisfaction, 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 unemployment, 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 comprehensive, 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 concentration, 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 confrontation, 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 controversial, 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 correspondent, 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 demonstration, 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 entertainment, 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 understanding, 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 disappointment, 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 infrastructure, 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 transformation, transformation, transportation, 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 transportation,